This is from Andrea.
Whoa.
And she said, did you have a main inspiration for this album in particular?
Ooh,
That's interesting.
no, because we didn't start writing knowing that we were making an album. We had a big collection of songs. So initially I would say we didn't have like a main thing drawing us to be creating a record or writing. But I think in general, we've always written like from our kind of diaries vibe, like open up a journal and like try to figure out what's in there. But after we had a collection of, I think probably like 30 songs or something, like we had a ton of songs and we were like, okay, we're making it, like now we can be making a record out of these songs. And then we started to record them and kind of just like kept whittling it down. And we had this one song, Time Machine, that opens the record that felt like the core of the album. And so when we were putting the record together, then we did start to be like, okay, what's going on in the potential like through line of this record, and kind of reanalyzing like a younger self and having a song that felt like the most wise version of what we were experiencing or trying to like understand. And then so the record like starts with that wise spot and then kind of goes backwards and starts at your most naive and like follows through a kind of sense of understanding yourself through time in different ways.
And like in relationship to like different people or
yourself. So it became definitely guided by the song Time Machine and guided by a sense of like time and understanding yourself. But we didn't start there. We kind of just started with like whatever was in our heads, and then eventually.
I mean, I will say I feel like a lot of it was like the actual album I think was inspired by the songs Time Machine and Glitter, which were like the first songs we like were like, these are definitely on the record. And I think like building the album and those are the first two songs on the record. We didn't know that would be the order. I think we were like for a long time we were like Time Machine has to be last, Time Machine has to be last, because we always play Time Machine last and it like ends in a guitar solo, so it like feels like it should be last. And then we kept making like so many orders of the album, and then we were finally like, what if Time Machine's first?
Yeah.
And then we like put the album in context. Like, so you like start with Time Machine, which is like kind of the thesis of the album. And like Kelley said, it's like the omniscient narrator. Like it's like the most perspective. And then going to Glitter, which I think like is like the most kind of like chaotic.
That's so interesting that it was kind of like a accident that it ended up going first, because hasn't that existed for a while? Like, didn't you used to play that out live for like years?
We've played Time Machine forever. We always had an internal battle of if it should be first or last. We were like, it cannot be in the middle. Like it has to be first or last. I definitely
understand that sentiment.
And I think in trying to weave a like path through the album, I just remember feeling like Time Machine, the song still feels like wiser than me now. And I was like, I feel like I can't put it last, partially because it's not like my big thesis. Like I think that song is like more intelligent than the way that we live. So it's like if we put it first, it's like this was kind of a weird like alien gift that we got, and then we're trying like with that wisdom trying to understand like the rest of our brain, which is like the rest of the record. And I think Smile Pretty Girl is the last song on the record, which feels the most calm, like the most, you're kind of like dealing with a similar feeling maybe, but in a different way and with more perspective. And I feel like we're getting closer to like the vibe of Time Machine, but
like
that it
personal
felt
and intimate.
Yeah, it just felt weird to like end the record with something that felt kind of
grand.
Yeah, like a big, a big wise idea. It's like that's not really like where we're at. So it made more sense to end the record being like, I'm still kind of like going through it.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I love the creativity that went into, I mean, even the track list, like for me as a listener, if there is one song that I'm like, oh man, this should have been first or like last or certainly not second, like then it kind of throws me out of listening. So I respect that as
we worked on the track list for
crazy.
So long. we'd be, because we kept taking airplanes, so we'd be on the planes being like, okay, let's listen to this order. And we would share AirPods, and we would just be like, okay, let's listen to this whole order. We'd listen to this.
We listened to different orders so much.
And we'd be like, wait, I don't remember what that, it was like so crazy.